So the question is, what is causing me to suffer right now? And the teaching is distinguish between what's triggering it and what the cause is, which is a pre-existing propensity. And then your practice becomes how to weaken that propensity and how to burn it up altogether. The first thing, the most important thing, is something you've already done when you ask the question, which is to acknowledge that you've been triggered and that the propensity is very alive and it's up for you. And know that you could, at this moment, work with weakening it. You're learning all the time. Life is teaching you all the time. So how to weaken the propensity? The first thing is to acknowledge it, that it's up for you. And then part of acknowledging it is knowing in your mind. You know that this propensity is not actually a solid thing. It is impermanent, moving, changing. It's in flux. Even as you feel it, as you know, when I first did this, the teacher said, located in your body. I said, I can. And I located, it's this huge, painful knot in the solar plexus. And then people have told me that it's like the whole back of their head is hurting, like a vice on the back of their head. The various ways that you feel it in your body. And it feels really solid. And if someone says it's not solid, you say, it is really solid. Because I feel it as if I had swallowed a hot stone. And it's just sitting there in my solar plexus. But the truth is that it isn't really solid, and that if you continue first to acknowledge it and then to give it your full attention, and this is where meditation comes in, because in order to stay with it, with your full attention, then your mind is going to keep wandering, the storyline is going to keep coming back, and then you train again and again, gently, very gently, non-judgmentally. It's not a problem, mind wandered. You just come back again to the immediacy of this experience. You come right back to the felt sense of the propensity, knowing that it is a moment in time that is in flux, that is dynamic. So, you see, you can prove this to yourself, actually. Once you get the hang of going beneath the storyline, and that takes a while, and meditation is the tool for that. To let go of the inner dialogue and come back to the direct experience. Once you get the hang of that, so that you can let the storyline go even for 4 seconds, 5 seconds. 1 minute is a long time to be without storyline and stay with the experience of the propensity. The felt sense in your body, the texture and heat and experience of it. Even though you might have a texture, heat, might be hot, might be cold or something, it's not going to stay that way. Nothing, including stones and buildings and pyramids at Giza, nothing stays. Everything is always in flux, in moving. And most of all, this is easy, actually not difficult to experience with our emotions and our thoughts, because they just keep morphing into something else. If you want to contact the ultimate, or the absolute, or the infinite, you do it by staying completely present and open and contacting this present moment of time. In other words, for this relative moment of pain, you contact the Absolute. You don't jump over your pain to contact it. And that's because this propensity or this pain is by nature open and dynamic and shifting. And so if you give it your full attention, that's what you're going to find. And so the possibility of it opening up into profound insight and a much vaster view of life is very real then. The question is, when you suffer, what's the cause? And this is saying your ego. So I'm talking about ego here as an aspect of ego, which is the pre-existing propensities that you carry with you that are going to get triggered. And one other thing I want to say is, you may not buy this, but I find in my own experience that it's absolutely true. The propensities that we carry keep manifesting as the same outer situations. So it isn't just an inner thing. The outer movie of your life is being sort of orchestrated by the propensities. If you have a reoccurring pattern of getting into abusive relationships, or always having trouble with your boss even though you change jobs, or having trouble with intimacy or something, and you look back over your life and it just reoccurs and reoccurs and reoccurs, the people in the drama change, the stage set changes, but the drama remains the same. I'm saying that it's totally interdependent with these propensities. If you want to change the movie of your life, ask the question, make the distinction between what triggers your pain and what's the cause of it. And then try to become intimate with your propensities. You're not trying to get rid of them. You're trying to know them deeply, with gentleness, with kindness, to know them at the deepest of levels.